Greetings, collective. Welcome to Eureka Elementals. Well, thank you so much for joining me. We're going to be, this is something that's been simmering with me for a while. It's one of my many piles of stuff that I have, but it came to me in three different forms. And after meditating on it, I went for a good walk, meditated on it, did another reading again for myself to see which is the correct energies to use. I'm pushing through with this one, and it is the Divine Feminine 888 Gateway Activation. If you all remember, at the beginning of the year, I was very intentful. As a matter of fact, leading into 2023, I had a table thing. I took a picture of it, and it was showing that the Divine Feminine was rising. But definitively, in 2024, I called it the Divine Triad. And I would love for somebody to go back to the community section and look at what I said. I was very, very definitive in what I said as far as the Divine Feminine, the whole thing about the Year of the Dragon, the Divine Feminine, all of these elements coming together. And this being in particular a triad, 888 year, right? So it's powerful. And there are no coincidences. This is happening in the year of the Divine Feminine. And so we're gonna pull some decks. Let me tell you all something. I had to dig deep on this one and pull the decks, but I'm going to jump right on into it. I'm not gonna delay. The cards have already been shuffled. The energies have already been cleared. I've set the intention for the highest good of all concerned. But as I pick up the very first deck, and this is the Shaman's Dream deck, 48 is the number 12, Sky Dancers, Surrender. And as I'm saying that, I realize I don't have on the light. But it's Sky Dancers, Surrender, numbers 48. So at this particular time, I think the collective and be adaptable. Look at that, 64. Surrender and be adaptable in this new beginning. We are all being called at this particular time to listen. People are not going to want to surrender to this new paradigm. It is indeed a paradigm shift, and this represents for many of us in this pink, Divine Feminine energy mode. And this reminds me, oh my gosh, How to Train Your Dragon, the very, very, very last one, the movie, when they showed there was the white dragon and how beautiful and agile she was. This represents an opportunity, opportunity for Divine Feminines and this is an energy within you to rise at this particular time. It is imperative that you be in, look at this, Crown Games. Listen, folks, I can't make this up. Right use of power, Crown Games, and this is the 8th year. Listen, spirit is spiriting, okay? This is the time where the patriarchy has had its time, and there was a time when everyone realized it was an abuse of power. Now, and I'm saying not all feminines are divine feminine. It's not about the avatar that you carry. It's the spirit. It's the energy of the divine feminine. And that means a right use of power, not an abuse of power. I repeat, that means the right use of power, not an abuse of power. So there is a call, a clarion call, collective, for the Divine Feminine to rise. Look at that. There has to be radical acceptance for this particular energy. And so I'm going to see here, this is the issue, is that, of course, radical acceptance. Will this person be beloved and accepted? Look at this. But this Eye of the Needle, 17, Eye of the Needle, intentionality. This is the challenge. Humanity at this point only has this little eye of the needle to get through. We have to make it through this point. This is the big challenge for the collective. And last but not least, 47, Sky Bridge, possibility for union, the marriage on the collective level of the divine feminine with the divine masculine, Again, your 47 reduces to an 11. It's a portal. It's an energy for balance, justice, for what has been transpiring all of these years. It's a bold step forward for humanity. 55. Okay, at the bottom of the deck. So now we have to, and as I look at it on the eyes of the eagle, rising above the fray, we are being called to rise above our petty differences. Again, the issue for the collective in this Divine Feminine 888 Gateway activation, okay, to radical acceptance of this harmony, right, of this energy of partnership, the duality, okay, balance, right? Now the challenge, okay, getting through this eye of the needle, setting the intentionality in this 8th year to bring in the balanced energy with the divine masculine, with the divine feminine, okay? A right use of power, not an abuse of power, okay? As it's been historically, when people are tired of war and bloodshed, okay? And last but not least, right? What needs to be done? A possibility for union. We have to go through this eye of the needle. It's a portal that bridges this possibility for union, right? The union of souls, the union of intent, the union of what is needed to be done at this particular time to benefit humanity. And as I pick up the ancestral oracle of the Celts, okay, to clarify, I pick it up on the Queen Mother, okay? This again is no mistake, all right? There are no mistakes, okay? The energy is that we have to get back to a sense of regality, a sense of gentileness, right? The weaver, look at that as I cut it, the weaver. We have to weave our realities back together. We have to take time to be intentional with how we proceed and put all of these energies back together. There must be a bridge. It has the brehon. We have to be very careful about how we handle this particular, because I'm telling you, this is it. We are not being given another opportunity. This is a 26,000 year cycle, and we have been given the ability to clarify that now. So who needs to radically accept the issue is that the principalities, okay, the king, represented here by the king, the masculine energy, patriarchy in its current form, needs to have a radical acceptance of the rise of the maiden, the divine feminine. Okay, so the prince is going to have to realize this is an energy I have to contend with. And here to help bring it all together is the druid. The druid. This is the energy of the magician, the high alchemy. Okay? But here now, ultimately, right, you have the king. So let's see. We're gonna look into the energy of the king, because it's very important for us to see from a larger perspective how this all fits together. Okay? It says now. Okay? Now the king is saying the clan of sovereignty. Okay? If you make a promise, it is now time to honor and keep it. Even if it's an agreement you made when times were desperate. The way you keep faith with sacred trust that you make with life determines the very nature of the life that you live. Okay? So the wisdom is, I keep faith with the vows that the clan has witnessed. We have seen so many promises made to, and it's the energy of the divine feminine, right? But all of these supposed rights really never correct the wrong. The wrong is that no matter how many perceived rights the feminine gets, right? Because they're giving it to the feminine, It's an energy. Is it, the question that we all have to ask is that energy divine? Is that energy just a mouthpiece, right, for the same agenda? Or is it truly the new energy, the right use of power, not a historical abuse of power? Okay? So it says here, the king. The king is the royal ruler who ratifies the contract with the goddess of the land. His inauguration stone is emblematic of the land itself. His vow is to sustain good kinship by listening to the land's needs. If he ill-treats or spurns his queen, the land turns to wasteland and his marriage vow is broken. Okay? So, we are all here to see how important it is when you take on that role. You're not only taking on the role of leadership, but it's also you're making a contract with the land, with mother, with the land, right? With the divine feminine that rules the land, all right? The maiden, okay? Telling you, so we've been told here so far that you cannot abuse your power. It's a right use of power. It's a right use of a royal ruler who has a contract with the land. You have to listen to the land's needs. Okay? All right. So, next. All right. Clarifying again, radical acceptance. The king has to act with intention, right, for possibility of union with the maiden and with the land. Okay, now we have the maiden. Thread intentionally, look at that, intentionally, right, toward your goal. The more you put into this, the nearer you will be to succeeding. Someone loves you and is striving to come closer, so show some encouragement. If there is disapproval of your action, then keep faith secretly. The maiden, okay? The maiden winds the distaff with hanks of linen, a task that is traditionally the emblem of the young girl. She has started her training in the female mysteries, learning the ways of the distaff side of the family. When she sits in the company of older women, she is learning also about how to spin the sacred thread of life with honor. With honor. Okay? So we have to ask ourselves, right? When we look at the energies that are presented to us, okay? Who's acting with honor? Okay? Who has been trained in the mysteries, right? Okay? And how to spin the thread of life with honor. Ask yourself these questions, my dears. Ask yourself these questions, because these questions are questions you should be posing to anyone that enters into your realm of possibility. And I'm talking at the immediate level, okay? And this is the kind of energy as a collective we're moving into. So this is a collective reading. It's not for an individual sign. So as a collective, we need to be asking ourselves these types of questions with any persons that come into your auric field, be it an immediate individual level, family level, community level, state level, a country level. We have to ask ourselves these questions. All right. Now let's see. The 888 gateway activation. What is being activated for you? As I pick up the deck, it's the central sun, abundance, downloads, regeneration, and success. Okay? So success wants to come in with the help of the Venusian Galactic Council. Star being guides want you to answer the call. It's time for the divine feminine to shine. Okay? So Venus, right? Venus rules Taurus, doesn't it? I think it does rule Taurus. My memory serves me right. I'm really not like one of these people that are all up on these things in particular. I actually have to, and Libra. So if you have Taurus and Libra in your chart, right, you're ruled by Venus. So there is now Libra, the 11 energy, that justice energy wants to come in. There's also a sense of Shambhala initiations, retreating to recharge, trusting the process, Dharma. Okay, so for all of this time with the divine feminine energy, the right use of power has been suppressed. It's now resurging. Why? Because the Arcturians are also helping with the light codes to give us evolutionary downloads, the recalling of power and future thinking, recalling the times when there were more divine feminine energies that ruled in this realm. That's kept quite hidden, by the way. Anyways, it's another discussion. All right? So, let's see. Okay? Now, we have gateway activation. You have Orion activation, supernova, recreation, renewal, a rebirth by light. What's happening? A rebirth by light. And I do think it's very powerful that this is happening to allow the king and the maiden to have this energy. And the ancestors have gotten involved. It says here the ancestral realm, karmic release, healing the lineage and boundaries, right? So before there can be any kind of union, there have to be healthy boundaries. Everybody has to know where they fit into the divine plan, and there's serious star blessings. So there's a lot of activities in the heavenly realms that is supporting humanity at this point to go through this eye of this needle with intentionality. Now, let's see which Celtic goddesses, right, are assisting humanity at this time. And as I pick it up, before I even go there, we have Epona, I apologize, goddess of the soul. The number is 46, which is 10. For this new beginning, you have to deal with the goddess of the soul. It's a soul level activation. Beautiful. Thank you, Spirit, right? We also have 29 as I cut it, right? Marcia Proba, goddess of justice, that Libra energy. Again, that Venusian energy trying to tell us it's here. As I cut it again, right? Goddess is Rosmerta, goddess of communication. Aren't we right now in the Mercury retrograde? There are absolutely no mistakes. So we are going through several things at this time. And then you have 13, Ban Shuda, oh my goodness, Shudryak Mor, goddess of childbirth and youth. Okay, so there are a lot of energies at this particular time that are looking out for the best interests of women and children. Long term, because the patriarchy, when it's not male bashing, it's just the energy, okay? It has done women and children and families a severe injustice, okay? So, look at what we have here. Now, Celtic goddess, we have 18, right? The goddess of silence, right? And it's Druantia, goddess of silence, okay? For the radical acceptance, we've been quiet for long enough. And then we have 32, right? I don't know if it's an I or a J, but it's Esenet, goddess of perseverance, right? So we will persevere. I definitely think we will, right? Because at the foundation is number 39, Habitrot, goddess of healing. There has to be healing in the land. The land must heal. The land must heal so that the people can heal. Now, I do want to read of the wisdom of this goddess. I think in the past, women have been extremely silent. We've suffered in silence. and I'm hearing long enough. So, right? This is a Scotland, country of origin. Okay, so it says Druantia is queen of the Druids and goddess of silence, right? And it says here, Druantia's message. Druantia's trees ask you to grow toward the light, going around any obstacles in your path. Stay rooted in your ancestry, among those who know you best. Don't be uprooted from your moral beliefs, but keep reaching higher like the branches of a tree. Your gifts will grow from your family roots and the spiritual seeds of omniscience within you. When your mind is still, Spirit will speak to you. Silence is a friend who never fails to show you the truth. Kindness will come by divine intervention as you're sympathetic without thought of reward. Okay? So the tree planting, she's recommending that you plant a tree as a thank you to nature or make a wish. As the tree grows, what you have aimed for will materialize. And for those of you who know my second channel, it's my baby project. It's like my little baby. It's my labor of love, as this has been as well. But it's my garden and grub. When I'm not here doing this, I'm momming. I totally love all of these things. It's the art of the divine feminine. It's a forgotten art. And it is so important for women to remember the roots, get into the roots, get into the ground, touch the ground, put your hands in the soil, put your feet on the earth, touch, energy from trees or from plants. So I'm a huge proponent of this, okay? So there is a Geronta's leaf superstition. A leaf blowing into your home foretells good news and wealth. So for any of you who may have just recently had that happen to you, around this Lion's Gate, you've got good fortune and wealth coming your way. Now, let's tap into 39, Habtrot. We're going to see, this is the bonding of what needs to really happen at this particular time, right? And it says Habtrots, country of origin is England, right? And it says Habtrot's wheel, like the earth rotating the sun, symbolizes your spiritual path through the 4 seasons of life in which you spin your own fate, right? Outside forces, good and bad, impact our faith, but can be interwoven for our benefit when our choices cling to the light. Good times always follow bad ones, since the wheel of life keeps turning. The distaff pole holding the fiber, which becomes thread by spinning, alludes to old age and leaving the wheel of life to ascend to heaven. Habtrot's message: positive things are happening. Your health, your healing, and possibly solving a predicament. If you feel you can't alter something, changing your thinking makes it more bearable. Enjoying your life encourages healing on an emotional, spiritual, and physical level. Peace of mind is an option for anyone going through a difficult illness or injury that takes time to pass. Habtrot's spinning wheel is bringing unexpected kindness and miracles as you keep your eyes on the wheel and never lose the thread of your own destiny. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Okay? Last but not least, this is what we need to be working towards, and this is perseverance. No matter what, keep pushing through. Right? This is right. Iseult, okay? And she's from Ireland, right? It says, a clear divine light is prompting you to head swiftly after your heart's and mind's desire. Your wishes are sure to be achieved since you have connected to the light of heavenly focus, meaning your life is in sync. Magical, divine powers are weaving through you, giving you vitality and capability from a higher plane as tools to help you reach your destiny through your own actions. Okay? From out of the blue, as if by magic, miracles are entering your life since you are in tune with divine intervention. You'll see and feel the light energy of spiritual forces linking you to various stages and imbuing you with a supernatural radiance. These will appear like stepping stones, leading you to your true purpose. Step by step, you will be shown the way and will rise above the everyday sphere to a lighter plane that's closer to heaven. The longing of your psyche to speak with heavenly spheres will be granted. The message: a distressing situation is fading into the past. Small successive steps will get you to your destination. You're seeing better days and no brighter times lie ahead. Your positive thoughts are attracting love, happiness, and good luck. The heavenly vibration of Isulit's harp shows you that you'll attract good fortune when you tune into the higher vibration of positive thinking. By not dwelling on failure, you will attract success. Your thoughts create an aura, an atmosphere around you. Each thought of the same kind further empowers your aura. How beautiful is that? So we have to persevere, think positive thoughts, know that we have been releasing a lot of karma. We've done a lot of ancestral healing as a collective. All of these works that we've put in has really forced us. So we've been putting in the work and now we're aligned to go through the needle of this eye, right? The eye of this needle. The eye of the needle. Okay, so this is what has been transpiring at this time. Now, as I pick up the tarot deck for insights, we have the Four of Pentacles. So you're stable, right? We're all stable at this point. So humanity is stable, but one off and, things can kind of get a little funky, right? So we have to make sure that our moves and our energy is fully aligned, that people are not being gaslighted and full of anxiety by all of this stuff that's being thrown at us all the time. You all know of what I speak, right? Okay, so I'm doing my own weaving of the the cards here as well, right? But we need to heal. That's the thing. And you can't heal if you're being constantly gaslighted by these people, right? And being overduly burdened, women and children burdened, families burdened, right? So this is a time now where we have to continue to put in the work, right? Your ancestors are backing you. The celestials are backing you, right? And so it's time for us to act with exuberance, to speak the truth in the energy of the Princess of Swords, all right? Okay. Let's see. Right, these cards are huge. I don't use these too often because they tend to have a little bit of they show a little bit of skin here and there on these cards, but they're such beautiful cards, and I don't use them too often for that very reason. But it is what it is, right? We have the Two of Swords. Okay, so in the past you've had to make some difficult choices, right? You have Two of Swords. We've got the Tower, and I'll discuss them in detail in a bit. Let me make some space for these here, right? Actually, put this here and put this here. Yeah, Two of Swords and the Tower, okay? And then you got the Two of Cups, right? Good, I like to see that. So there's a good exchange of union, balancing, and then death and rebirth. Beautiful. I like this energy. I like this energy. Okay, so in looking at all of this, and at the top of it is Chariot is coming in quickly. So we have, and we'll be successful when we get through the eye of this needle. We're gonna be successful as a human race, as in humanity. We'll be successful. We need to push through the eye of the needle and we'll be successful. It has to be done. And Four of Wands, there will be celebration. I've told someone before, I had a channeled message several months back, and boy was I feeling it. I saw all around the world people just celebrating and feeling this energy, and I'm telling you, it will happen. It must happen. Okay, but in the past, we've had to go through this radical acceptance of all these choices, and it's difficult choices for the establishment to face, but they have to face it. It's divine intervention. Listen, universe isn't playing with them. Source isn't playing with them. God isn't playing with them, or the gods isn't playing with them. It's now no longer in their hands. We must heal. The only way we heal is by coming together and going through this eye of the needle, exchanging cups of love, having a death and rebirth, rising like phoenixes from the ashes. We can and will rise again. But we have to allow this energy to die so that we can have that rebirth and that resurgence. Okay, so I do, I think this bodes well for everyone at this particular point. We will conclude with the rune of power. And as I pick this up, we have Manaz, right? Which is about Jupiter, right? Rational mind, the human beings. Look at that, right? The joy of the clan, kinship, intelligence, collective potential, awareness, societal learning, the marriage of heaven and earth. Marriage of heaven and earth. So we're having this bridge, this possibility for union, okay, and I've got all of these cards literally interwoven, but there is this possibility of union coming in with us and for us, the union of the divine masculine on a collective basis and the divine feminine, the ability to merge these energies for the best of all concerned, to their highest frequency and vibration, so that all can benefit, right? And as I cut it, we have broom, the fern. So, the thing about it is, again, please, my dear elementals, do not allow yourself to be gaslighted by a lot of these energies that want to have you in this divide and conquer mechanism. Okay, we are being called to gather. We're being called to heal. This is a time where you have to, continue to allow yourself to rest. Okay, if your spirit's calling you to rest. Allow your body and your spirit to take in these new energies. The Schumann resonance has been off the charts. Off the charts. And this is to allow us to take in these higher source codes so that we can be ready for when we have to get through. And I'm hearing the galactic, pass through the galactic's eye of the needle. So there may be something about the galactic energy as well. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my God. There will be healing. There will be a sacred exchange. X also refers to the female energy, the divine feminine, but there is here, X is Gibo. Okay, so in runes it's Gibo. It's the lasting love, it's commitment, contracts, union, honor, fair exchange, right? The swan energy, right? Sacred exchange, Pisces and the lovers. So we will heal. We will heal. There will be love. There will be a sacred exchange. Woo! And at the bottom of the deck, we have the apple tree, right? So this is the Ogham alphabet as well. The fruit of the gods, wholeness, healing, the soul, connection of mind, body, and spirit, Seek inspiration from your dreams and otherworldly paradise and our divinity. We will be whole. There will be love. There will be the fruits of the gods, because the gods themselves have intervened to ensure that the divine feminine energies within the collective that's done their work gets activated at this time, so that we can heal intentionally and help bring the union of the divine masculine and the divine feminine. This is a form of abundance. It is a form of love. Love is always abundant. And with that, my dear elementals, that is your reading. Love to you. Thanks to my OGs. Shout out in the comments. Show some love. Give me your X's. Put your apples in there. Do your thing. Love to you all. All the best.